The showdown between Tony and Parker took center stage in the final weeks of the season.
Parker Waterland.
Parker buys his own land.
I know what that is, and I'm not happy.
Kevin Beets shocked everyone with a jaw-dropping move. He turned his back on his dad, Tony Beets, to team up with Parker Schnabel, his biggest rival. The Beets family, famous for their tight-knit loyalty and fierce gold-chasing spirit, was blindsided. Tony, the fearless Viking of the goldfields, built his empire with family at his core, but now that bond is broken. Why would Kevin abandon the legacy his father crafted to align with a man Tony has clashed with for years? Let's dive into what drove Kevin to make this daring, risky choice that shattered his bond with his father forever, a split that rocked the Beets family to its core. For as long as anyone can recall, Tony Beets has been the gritty face of gold mining. With his commanding voice and iconic blonde mane, he forged a mining empire through raw determination and a no-nonsense attitude. His kids grew up in this tough world, mastering the land and machines almost as soon as they could toddle. The eldest Beets sibling seemed poised to take the reins, showing skill with tech and a relentless hunger for success. But the father-son dynamic was never easy. Behind closed doors, their shared love for mining often sparked fiery disputes over how to get things done. Before we unpack this, know that Kevin's decision wasn't just bold, it threatened to rip the Beets family apart, and the aftermath will stun you. Though he was the heir apparent, the eldest sibling always chafed under Tony's dominance. While his dad stuck to tried-and-true methods and brute force, he leaned toward fresh ideas. Drawn to tech and efficiency, he saw potential in modern approaches. To outsiders, these seemed like small spats, but within the Beets clan, they were fissures that widened each season. His urge to forge his own way grew with every clash over equipment or tactics, revealing a vision for the future that didn't match Tony's. Then came Parker Schnabel, the young star of the gold mining scene. Parker's style was the opposite of Tony's. Youthful, driven, and tech-savvy, he led a new breed of miners. His crew ran like clockwork, and his data-driven methods set him apart in the industry. But Parker's rise stirred drama. Often pitted against Tony publicly, their rivalry sparked endless debates about old-school versus new-school mining. While Tony scoffed at Parker as a cocky newcomer, Parker's results were undeniable. The tipping point hit during a brutal season for the Beets crew. Broken gear, harsh weather, and Tony's intense pressure brewed a storm of frustration. Feeling trapped, overlooked, and at odds with the operation's direction, Kevin started looking elsewhere. Meanwhile, Parker was killing it, hauling in record gold totals and proving his approach worked. Whispers spread that Parker wanted to grow his team, and the thought of joining someone who valued innovation became impossible to resist. When Kevin revealed he was ditching the Beets crew for Parker, the reaction was fierce. To many, this wasn't just a job change, it was a betrayal of the family name. The Beets crew stood for loyalty, and Kevin's exit felt like a gut punch to their values. Tony, true to form, was livid. In public, he kept his gruff exterior, dodging questions about the rift. But privately, the sting was clear. For Tony, this wasn't just a business hit. It was a deep, personal wound. For Parker, snagging a Beets family member was a major score. Bringing in someone with years of expertise experience and inside know-how gave him a leg up in a cutthroat industry. The shift seemed to light a fire under Kevin, letting his innovative ideas shine without constant pushback. The duo clicked fast, their mutual respect fueling a partnership that soon paid off big. Kevin's knack for smarter mining meshed perfectly with Parker's forward-thinking vibe, making them a powerhouse pair. But back with the Beets, the drama was just starting. Siblings Monica and Kevin were caught in the crossfire. Both stayed loyal to Tony, and Kevin's exit left a bitter feelings. Monica, especially, wrestled with feelings of betrayal, while Mike focused on keeping the family business steady. Family gatherings turned awkward, with silent grudges in the air. The once rock-solid Beets family was now pushed to its breaking point. The mining world was abuzz with divided takes. Some cheered Kevin's gutsy move, viewing it as a stride toward independence. Others branded it treachery, slamming him for abandoning family for personal gain. The saga amped up the Tony Parker rivalry, turning a simmering feud into an epic showdown. Fans and industry folks watched eagerly, analyzing every step and guessing what would come next. One bold choice can flip everything, bringing wins and wounds. No one foresaw a path forged with such resolve. For Kevin, joining Parker was more than a mining shift. It was a stand for independence, proving he could thrive on his own terms. Free from Tony's shadow, success came quickly, but the cost was steep. His already tense bond with his father splintered further. Tony pressed on, undeterred. He threw himself into his mining empire, determined to rebuild and show the Beets crew could flourish despite the loss. But those close to him saw the toll it took. Tony, who prided himself on conquering any challenge, hadn't braced for this storm. The absence wasn't just a hit to the team. It was proof that even the tightest families can fracture. Parker's crew, energized by their new member, kept smashing records. Their triumphs validated the move but widened the gap with the Beets clan. While Parker's team reveled in success, the Beets pushed forward, hell-bent on proving they could still dominate. The rivalry between the crews grew fiercer, with every gold haul and hiccup dissected by fans and skeptics alike. This saga is one of ambition, strife, and the quest to carve out a place among towering figures. It's a reminder that loyalty cuts both ways, and chasing independence often carries a steep price. Leaving wasn't simple, but it was a vital step toward forging a fresh legacy. For Tony, it was a tough lesson in the messiness of family and leadership. For Parker, it was a brilliant move that cemented his reputation as a sharp industry player. As things calm, the future's still unclear. The new alliance shows no signs of slowing, but the wounds in the Beets family will need time to mend. Whether this move will be hailed as a gutsy risk or a reckless betrayal remains to be seen. One thing's sure. In the high-stakes world of gold mining, where fortunes swing wildly each season, the drama's far from done. Gold mining isn't just about striking gold. It's a cauldron of raw ambition, massive machines, and clashing egos. Gold Rush thrives on revealing how messy things get when gold fever and intense pressure collide. Over its seasons, the show has delivered plenty of heated feuds, some explosive, some quietly brewing, but all gripping to watch. These conflicts often spark from broken equipment, missed goals, or personalities that just don't mesh. It's the drama that keeps fans glued, but for the miners, it's a brutal reality they can't dodge. From Season 1, the Hoffman crew showed how wild things could get. Led by Todd Hoffman, these dreamers had big hopes but little expertise. Their inexperience quickly became a disaster, with endless gear breakdowns and weak results piling on stress. Tensions boiled over when Jim Dorsey and Greg Rimberg locked horns in a clash nobody could ignore. Tempers erupted, punches flew, and Dorsey's exit felt like a volcano blowing. The crew went further, tearing down his abandoned cabin as if to wipe out the bad blood he left behind. By Season 7, Dave Turin was butting heads with Trey Polson. This wasn't just a small spat, it was a full-on ego clash that exploded into a brawl. Turin, managing the team, ended up supplying gear to Polson's thriving operation. The success gap stung, but when frustration turned physical, it was clear they couldn't coexist. After years of loyalty to the Hoffmans, Turin walked away, closing a chapter for one of the show's steadiest figures. Rivalries stem from clashing ideas and pride, leaving scars on work and personal ties. Another epic Gold Rush feud has been the ongoing power struggle between Parker Schnabel and Tony Beets. Schnabel, the young gun, once saw Beets as a guide, But Beets's tough style and lofty demands made their bond more fiery than friendly. Over time, their clashes shifted from mentorship to professional battles, with land rights and royalties fueling constant tension. Season 8 brought a major showdown when Beets cut off Schnabel's wash plant, flexing his control like a blade. Schnabel fired back by dumping extra dirt on Beets's land, showing he wouldn't be bullied easily. Their dynamic, laced with grudging respect and endless friction, remains a cornerstone of the show. Tensions didn't just flare between crews. Even within the Hoffman camp, conflict seemed unavoidable. In Season 1, Dakota Fred Hurt joined and instantly ruffled feathers. His sharp critiques and abrasive attitude grated, especially on James Harness, who bore the brunt of Fred's jabs. The friction threw the crew's fragile unity into chaos, creating a ticking time bomb. Then, in Season 3, Dustin Hurt's cocky demeanor as foreman sparked more infighting. His attitude tested the crew's limits, forcing him to swallow his pride and apologize just to keep things running. Season 11 introduced a new angle with Fred Lewis and his veteran crew. Their brotherhood was inspiring, but gold mining's grind tested even their tight bonds. A key moment came when Lewis clashed with Johnny Stotts over critical calls, igniting a fight that risked derailing the team's efforts. Lewis stormed off in frustration, leaving his crew questioning if they could hold it together. The pressures of gold mining proved once again that no amount of camaraderie can fully shield a team from internal conflict. Leadership clashes have sparked endless drama through the years. Parker Schnabel, often the youngest leader on the site, met pushback from older, seasoned crew members. His bold management style and fierce push for goals didn't always land well, leading to fiery disputes like his clash with Dean Toshak in Season 9. Toshak's frustration with Schnabel's approach exposed the struggle of leading a team where youth and experience collided head-on. These moments revealed just how tricky it is to juggle ambition and teamwork in such a high-pressure world. Money troubles have also been a constant source of tension. In Season 10, Rick Ness battled crushing debts and a slew of equipment breakdowns. The strain of chasing gold with shrinking funds created a charged atmosphere, with arguments over priorities and plans spilling over. Meanwhile, Tony Beets' bold expansion dreams often triggered rifts within his family as he pushed for bigger dredging projects. The pressure rippled through his crew, including his kids. Kevin Beets, especially, clashed with his dad's unyielding expectations, a tension that exploded in Season 15 when Kevin struck out alone. Their personal and power struggles added fresh complexity to an already turbulent operation. Family feuds weren't just a Beets thing, though they often stole the spotlight. The rift between Tony and Kevin mirrored the wider challenges of blending family with business. Whether over control, ambition, or clashing visions, their disputes showed how personal ties can make an already tough industry even harder. Watching their battles play out, it's clear that while gold shines bright, it's often family bonds that take the deepest hits. Across its many seasons, Gold Rush has proven that chasing riches isn't just about dirt, machines, and gleaming nuggets. It's about people, their dreams, flaws, and sometimes devastating clashes. Every fight, whether fueled by egos, cash, or simple missteps, writes another page in the show's gripping saga. For the miners, these battles are real, with stakes far beyond what's on TV. For fans, these feuds remind us that gold's true price isn't weighed in ounces. It's measured in relationships strained and sometimes shattered. The fiery moments of Gold Rush reflect the human condition, where hope, greed, and grit crash in wild ways. This raw, unfiltered glimpse at people under pressure keeps viewers hooked season after season. The show's biggest fights aren't just thrilling. They mirror how far people will go to chase dreams, even if it means torching bridges. As long as there's gold out there, the drama will keep burrowing deeper. Each season brings new faces, fresh hurdles, and the same burning question: how far will they push to hit it big? From the rugged Klondike to forging his own path, Kevin Beets' journey is about leaving his mark in gold mining. Born June 10th, 1988, in a family where gold ran thicker than Klondike veins, Kevin Beets grew up steeped in mining lore. His parents, Tony and Minnie Beets, were industry titans, and as the eldest of three, with brother Mike, 1990, and sister Monica, 1993, he was immersed in the grind of machines and gold dust. For him, mining wasn't just a future job, it was a way of life woven into his earliest memories. As a kid, his playground was the Klondike's rough terrain. By 13, he was no stranger to the mines. His dad, Tony Beets, gave him a hands-on education, not from textbooks, but through hauling rocks, fixing gear, and seeing fortunes swing in moments. Raised in that world, he learned hard work was non-negotiable. It shaped a gritty mindset, one that echoed his father's legendary tough guy vibe. At 19, the stakes grew. He wasn't just pitching in, he was leading crews at the Paradise Hill claim. The role demanded guts, and he delivered. Years of early mining exposure gave him a leg up few his age could match, but he didn't coast on his family's name. Instead, he chose to blaze his own trail, a move that would steer his future in surprising ways. His hunger for growth pulled him from the mines for a while. He enrolled at the University of New Brunswick, studying interdisciplinary leadership and computer science, graduating in 2012. He left with more than a degree. His studies armed him with a new lens for mining, merging tech and leadership into a powerful mix. While others saw mining as pure brawn, he was ready to add brains to the game. Degree in hand, he rejoined the family business with bold ideas and fierce resolve. From 2011 to 2013, he ran the Eureka campsite, a key project that cemented his leadership. His approach wasn't just about keeping things moving. It was about breaking new ground. He streamlined processes, making them quicker, safer, and sharper, showing modern methods could mesh with old-school mining. But his skills went beyond leading. He was a gear wizard, a welder with flair, and a mechanic who could coax even the grumpiest machines back to life. His hands-on genius became a game changer. Whether crafting parts or reviving old equipment, his talent saved the Beets operation time and cash. His technical prowess was a cornerstone of the family's success. His work also thrust him into the public eye. Gold Rush on Discovery Channel made the Beets family household names, and Kevin became a fan favorite. On screen, his skill and grit shone, but so did his push to modernize mining. He wasn't happy with the status quo. He championed innovation, new tech, safer ways, always stretching what the family business could do. In his personal life, he found a partner who matched his mining passion and work ethic. Faith Tang became more than a Gold Rush teammate. She was a rock in his life. Together, they tackled mining's high-stakes world, showing shared dreams could anchor both love and work. Their bond reflected his dedication, not just to his craft, but to building something enduring across his life. His tale is one of grit, drive, and a relentless push to evolve. From a 13-year-old learning the ropes to a graduate reshaping the family trade, his journey's been anything but typical. He's shown mining isn't just about unearthing gold, it's about growing and finding smarter ways to win. For him, the future glitters as brightly as the gold he's chased, and his impact on the industry will endure. Is Kevin's choice to team up with Parker a savvy step forward or an unforgivable stab at family loyalty? Share your thoughts, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more.